Well, I'm delighted to be joined by two Costa women who are working on a very exciting community project. So, good afternoon, Melissa, and good afternoon, Carmen.
Hey, Ali.
Good to see you both. So, Melissa, you have founded a new association.
Yes, that's right. It's very exciting. Thank you so much for having us here, Ali. Carmen and I are part of Eco Amigos, and it was founded in November last year, so 2024. We began here in Casares Costa with about five of us friends, expats that live in this area. And basically, we had just decided that a lot of us live on the beach or close to the beach, and we had seen so much debris and rubbish, contamination, man-made plastic bottles, glass bottles, all kinds of, just general debris, food packaging that had been brought up in the storms, which were quite bad during the last, during the winter and the, January, February, March earlier this year, and we were just quite horrified, really, at the amount of contamination there was. And we began quite small, just doing something at the weekends, but this has really snowballed, and I'm absolutely delighted that we now have, we've just surpassed 450 members in the Facebook group, and we have about 22 really devoted members in the WhatsApp group.
Amazing. So, what area do you cover, geographical area?
Well, we wish we could say the whole of Spain, but we're starting, from small acorns, big oak trees grow. So we basically began in the Casares Costa, Sabanillas, Manilva, Duquesa kind of area. That's what we're looking at the moment. But I am absolutely thrilled to say that Carmen has agreed to start our very first offshoot, which is going to be launching next month in Marbella.
So you're launching the events. Well, you've already launched your group, Melissa. So the Marbella group, which will have the Costa Women theme, is going to be launching around the 20th, 21st of September for the World Cleanup Day. So tell us more about World Cleanup Day.
Yeah, so this has been going, I think, since 2018, and it involves hundreds of countries around the world and many, many different communities. It gets bigger all the time. I believe it began in Estonia, and it basically encourages people worldwide to band together in communities to combat the growing crisis that we have with rubbish just everywhere.
Okay, perfect. And Melissa, what would you say to people who say, well, this is great for you to be doing it, but why aren't our council dealing with the rubbish on the beaches?
Yeah, this is the question that we actually get asked a lot, or rather the point that gets made to us, often with sort of, hands on hips kind of thing, and people actually get quite irritated, or that what they're saying is, look, Melissa, what you and your team, what Eco Amigos are doing is fabulous, but we've already paid for the council to do this. So why are you cleaning up stuff that the council, wherever they are geographically, this is something that the council should have already done. So you're wasting your time, basically. Well, there's several different aspects to the answer to that question. But the first and I think most important thing is that it doesn't matter where you go in the world, Bristol, London, Marbella, Madrid, Gibraltar, anywhere. All councils are struggling and are somewhat suffocating under the amount of rubbish and litter of all different kinds, particularly electronic debris, stuff that's washed up on, rubbish in general. It's not all what someone has dropped inadvertently or purposefully, but we're dealing with rubbish on so many different levels. But there's an aspect to taking care of it personally, doing your part, taking some personal responsibility. There's also, like I said, councils need help. Everyone needs help. We all need to band together to help more, take some responsibility. And I think people get this negative idea that we sort of trudge along, being annoyed, swearing all the time, grabbing things and being cheesed off about this stuff. But actually, we're terribly positive. We're working together as a team. We love doing what we do. And I don't have enough fingers and toes to count the amount of times that at the end of a community clean, Eco Amigos have come up to me and said, Melissa, I could have done another hour. I really enjoyed this. And at the end of our clean, you know, we're not grumbling and annoyed. We feel fabulous, because if you walk down a beach and you do a clean on your own, or perhaps you're with one partner, it does feel like you against the world, and it can be a little depressing. But when there's 15, 20, 25 of you, and you have amassed 75 bags, big
Wow.
bags of rubbish in 1.5 hours, you can see this mountain of rubbish, and you feel elated, because you know that you're honestly making a massive practical difference. And people in the areas that we target, they couldn't be more appreciative. They're amazed at what we can do in an hour and a half.
Yeah, and I think it's a lovely thing to do as a community project as well, because you've obviously you're with people that have got the same passion as you for having a cleaner environment. Mm,
Totally. And at the end of it, we all get together, we all zoom off at the end, and we go and have a nice coffee or a refreshing beer or whatever. And yeah, so there's a community aspect to this as well. We're
yeah,
reinforcing communities. You get to meet your neighbors, you get to laugh at the odd things you find. And we recycle about 50% of what we grab. So of all the litter that we're grabbing, about 50% of it is
wow.
capable to
Okay.
be recycled. So out of 75 bags, you might have 30 or 40 that should have gone into recycling and can indeed be recycled.
Okay. So Carmen, you're a team leader for Marbella now,
Yeah.
and you're going to be doing a cleanup in the rivers, which I think is really important as well, because we often think about the sea, but we don't think about the rivers. So tell us more about that event that you're organizing.
Yes. We will be meeting in the area of Charblanca, which is just behind the bus station of Marbella. And it's an area that I've gone hiking in the past and have seen a lot of litter. And so I thought that would be a good place to have the event. And so yeah, and then afterwards we'll meet up for a coffee close by in a nice cafe.
So one of these events, one of you can answer, doesn't matter who it is really. Do people need to bring anything? Do they need to bring plastic sacks, or what happens at an Give me an
Well,
overview of what happens at an event. Yeah.
Sure. Well, we are extremely fortunate in that we have received a couple of quite nice amounts of private funding. And that private funding, which came from a fantastic pub called the Rose and Thistle in Duquesne Port, they gave us hundreds of euros, which was the result of a quiz night, a charity quiz night. And that has happened twice. We also had some private funding from a lovely chap called Neil Hastie in the UK, who, because we're getting support, not all of the 450 members of our Facebook group are people living locally. They could be people in London, Manchester, wherever, who love what we're doing and want to help us financially as well, which is awesome. So with that money, we are buying 100% recycled plastic bin bags. We're buying the protective gloves. We're buying hand sanitizer. We're buying the litter picking, grabbing sticks. And so basically we can have people show up to our events and literally just outfit them right away. Obviously, we ask people to be careful. Sometimes there's broken glass. If you're going up and down, river banks and things, you'll need to be careful. You don't slip, etc. So there's an element of, you have to be conscientious about, looking after yourself and things like that. But we do provide, basically what you need to get this job done as a team.
Perfect, good. So that weekend, the 20th and 21st, Melissa, you're going to be announcing the events shortly. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Yeah.
And Carmen, you're going to be announcing the event on the Costa Women group
Yes,
shortly.
correct.
Perfect, good. And Melissa, how often, well, both of you, how often are you planning on doing events after the World Cleanup Weekend? Are they going to be a regular thing, or what's going to happen?
Yeah, so basically what we've been doing at the moment, I mean, the amount of rubbish that's out there, we could be doing this every weekend, all through the entire year. But at the moment, at least so far since November last year, we have been doing this once a month, and that works quite well. and we're targeting not just beaches, but one line back from the beach as well, which is where the next rain is going to bring all of those plastic bottles, etc., all of that rubbish straight down the drains, straight into the sea. So we target not just what's on the beach, but one line back. We're also looking at recreational areas. We've cleared one recreational area already. We cleaned out one bin that was literally overflowing. And my feeling is that people do try to do the right thing. They do try to throw things into a bin if there's one there, but often the bin is literally overflowing and it's all over the floor, but they'll still carry on putting stuff in. So we have sorted out that problem. And yeah, I meant to say that on Saturday, the 20th of September, we've got this fantastic collaboration with Costa Women, which we're so proud about. And thank you, Ali, for teaming up with us for the Marbella one. But the following day, Sunday, 21st of September, in the morning at 9:30, that will be, it's in, obviously it's giving a nod to World Cleanup Day. We will be collaborating with a fantastic charity, which is the St. George's Charity. And we are going to be doing a beach clean at Aldea Beach, which is in Manilva. And if anyone wants further information, they can get in contact with us at ecoamigos.es@gmail.com. So that's the email address, ecoamigos.es@gmail.com, if they want any further information. But of course, we'll have Facebook, Instagram, and Costa Women events as well.
Perfect, good. And if anybody wants to donate money, do they contact you for that on that?
Yes, please.
Or if they want to say, I'll give you money, but I want you to buy X with it?
Of course, we always give receipts for everything. And I mean, if they live in the local area, they are welcome to hand me items rather than give me money if that's what they prefer. But yes, we can, if they want to email me, then we can go through what kinds of gloves we're looking for, the sorts of litter pickers, because they come in different lengths, things like that. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. What's the funniest thing you've found?
What have you found, Carmen, that's funny?
Oof, I'd say blankets, like just buried blankets in the sand. Probably from, homeless people or something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't funny. It was a little bit odd. I found not the dog, but the dog collar and lead thrown out of a car onto the floor, which was a bit strange.
Oh dear. Yeah.
But anyway, no, there's lots of odd things, lots and lots of expired vapes. Someone's airplane tickets. They must have been going down the road and decided, no, I don't want to go, out the window. Or maybe they'd been and just like, well, I can't be bothered to find a bin. So we get loads of stuff thrown out of vehicle windows, Ali. It's so sad.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Carmen, what would you say to somebody that's maybe not sure whether the event is for them about coming along?
I'd say, I mean, it's a great way to socialize and meet new people in the area. Aside from, of course, helping the local community and the environments. And it's also a great way to know new areas of where they live that they have not known about, and an area that they could enjoy on a hike. And yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Just to clarify, of course, okay, the World Cleanup Day event that Carmen is doing on Saturday, the 20th of September, which is in collaboration with Costa Women, will be an all-women event.
Right.
And the day after, which is on Sunday, the 21st of September in Manilva, everyone is invited to that.
Perfect. Good. And if people want to start their own group, so say in Fuengirola or in Malaga, can they contact you?
They're totally welcome to spin off of us if they wish, or they can just do their own thing.
Okay, good. Any last comments, tips, ideas, thoughts?
I just wanted to say that we kind of have this motto, which is no one can do everything, but everyone can do something. And I think that's so important. And I just want to add that if you think, well, yes, I'm just one person, what difference does it make? Try to sleep in a bedroom that has one mosquito in it, just one, and watch how your behavior changes with just one little, just think about it. You can make a big impact. You can make a big difference.
You can indeed. Thank you very much, ladies. It's been a delight to see you both again,
Thank you, Ali.
and look forward to supporting your initiative.
Thank
Bye
you.
for now.
Bye.
Bye.